Now, this is some of the first polling we've received since the coalition have gotten back together, and One Nation is polling at the highest it's ever polled before at a primary vote of just 28%. Welcome back to Biz Politics, everyone. My name is Max, and this is a new episode for the week. Off to a quieter start, but it's good to see the coalition has got off to a more quieter week of publicity. It's only Wednesday, and yeah, of course, Susan Lee is still facing leadership talks about spills and whatnot, and I guess that's all just given. Everyone knows all about that. But there's some news over in Victoria. There's a Labor MP has called out on the Liberal Party MPs to come clean about Victorian One Nation defections. Now, of course, Barnaby Joyce did say that in the Victorian Coalition, there were a few members that he was talking to that wanted to defect to One Nation. And of course, this Labor MP has said you should come clean about it because the election is quite close. But of course, no news about that yet. But that was interesting to see because, look, I'm really curious to see who would defect, even though the Liberal Party and the Liberal National Coalition over in Victoria is polling really well. And One Nation hasn't really had an effect over there, if I do say so myself, when I'm looking at the polls. And as a rookie political analyst, the two-party preferred vote over there, it does look like Jess Wilson's going to form government. If I'm basing that off the polls right now, and based off how unpopular Jacinta Allen is, and looking at different sort of polls, all of them are saying that it's going to happen. There's not one saying that it's going to happen, one saying it's not. All of them say it's going to happen. Look, of course, polling take it with a grain of salt, but even after hearing people speak out, it's very likely. So that's interesting to see. Over in South Australia, we've had the first poll come out since Ashton Hearn took over the Liberal Party, and it's not looking good for her. It's looking like the Liberal Party could be reduced to only 4 seats in the Legislative Assembly over there. Is it the Legislative Assembly or the House of Assembly? So I think it's the House of Assembly. But looking in the primary vote, it looks like One Nation is about a 20%. The closest election we've got just over a month away. It's March 21st. It's currently February 11th. Wow, my birthday is very, very soon. I don't know why I pointed that out. I don't think I've really talked about that on any of the podcasts I do. But if anyone's listening to this segment, just you got 13 days. Someone send me a One Nation supporter. No, whoa. I'm just kidding. I've never talked about my political alignment on this podcast. I never have and I never will. That was just a joke. Oh, God. But yeah, looking at it, look, the polls are crazy, everyone. In South Australia, especially. In WA, it's looking a bit stronger for the Liberal Party. They're looking to do, like, on a federal level, I believe. But of course, at a state level, they're still doing very, very bad. Now, before I go for today, I just wanted to touch on something that just happened recently in Japan. Now, I know I don't normally talk about international politics, but Japan have just had their general election, and wow, it did not disappoint. What a sight to see. Their government, I believe it's the Liberal Democrat Party, they were in government before and they've just smashed it again, gaining another 125 seats, taking from centrist reform, which dropped 123 seats, sitting down at 49 seats as an opposition. Wow. It does sort of compare to what happened in the UK with the Conservatives and, I'm not going to really talk about that one too much because everyone knows what happened in the UK, and poor Rishi Sunak. I do feel bad for the guy at some point because, he did rise in popularity just after he lost the election, and then of course they rolled him out as leader, and the rest is history. He's at the backbenches now. But yeah, look, their Liberal Democrat Party is now sitting at an all-time high, and I believe they're sitting on 316 seats, a vote of 27.7 million, a constituency vote, and a plus 10.77 swing to them. Wow. And looking at some of the other smaller parties, some of them rise, some of them dropped. And yeah, it's not too many surprises. But looking at the map of that election, it's all green. It's majority green. It's crazy the amount of support that has flooded over to the Liberal Democrat Party over in Japan. That was really interesting because I don't really know too much about Japanese politics. I know all about Singaporean politics, and of course, Oh God, Pritam Singh. I feel really bad for the guy. Got rolled as opposition leader, can't even get replaced. And in Australia, you'd never see something like that happen because you know what? I don't even know what the whole reason for it. As a political analyst, I should do some more research into that. But focusing on Australian politics, if an election was held very very soon, I believe the sorry, this is one more thing before I gotta go. I just remembered. Looking at some of the preference flows, I believe it was only 29%. If an election was held, I think it was a few days ago. Only 29 of the preferences from I think it was Liberal and Greens or some other parties, some of the other major parties, they'd only get 29% of the preferences. So it's not looking good for One Nation on a preference list. But anyway, look, I don't know how it'll play out. Anything's possible. Remember the 2019 election when Scott Morrison won and the poll said he wasn't going to? Anything's possible. People sometimes make up their mind on the day. But of course, it's Biz Politics. You can listen wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on Instagram at biz_politics. My name's Max, and I'll catch you all next time.